Douglas Irvin Rosser, Jr. August 12, 1921 to November 12, 2019, was a renowned American entrepreneur who gained prominence for founding the POMOCO Auto Group in the Hampton Roads, Tidewater, Virginia area and International Cooperating Ministries, ICM. In 1980, at the age of 59, Rosser found himself seated at his kitchen table, gazing at two columns he had drawn on a sheet of paper. One was labeled Kingdom Business and the other Secular Business. Throughout the years, Rosser had a desire to engage in ministry but struggled to find a way. As a successful entrepreneur with a deep love for God, he pondered on how to bridge the gap between the secular and the sacred to fulfill his calling. Then, God reminded him that there was no barrier. Everything belongs to God, including the talents that made him successful in business. Now, the next question was, how could Rosser use his business acumen to bring the gospel to parts of the world where Jesus is scarcely known? During a men's prayer breakfast with Pastor Dick Woodward, Rosser suddenly received a vision to translate Pastor Dick Woodward's Mini Bible College, MBC, teachings into various languages, record them, and broadcast them where there was a lack of Bible learning resources. For this purpose, Rosser used the income from his business to establish a charitable organization named International Cooperating Ministries, ICM. For his inaugural project, Rosser chose to focus on India, a country with around 600,000 villages that had never heard the gospel. After translating and broadcasting MBC through radio, Rosser traveled to India and witnessed a disheartening scene. Christians worshiping in huts or under trees. Local Hindus openly mocked them, saying, "The Christian God is powerless to meet their needs." Rosser returned to America and initiated the construction of churches in India. Using business concepts like leverage and ROI, he formed partnerships with local church leaders involved in evangelism to oversee church construction and distribute MBC teachings, hoping to transform the local perspective on God's grace for the entire nation. The first church was built in India in 1989 at a cost of $5,000. By 2019, ICM had constructed over 8,000 churches in more than 90 countries, with 2,000 of them in India. MBC was translated into 43 languages, blessing many. The goal was for each church built to sow seeds and cultivate 5 more churches. Have you ever experienced a similar struggle and longing as Rosser, wanting to engage in ministry but not finding the way? Rosser sets a commendable example, using what he gained from the world to expand the kingdom of God. Matthew chapter 6 verse 21 says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Life is not just about accumulating worldly wealth, but if the kingdom of God is in your heart, then God can give you understanding to live a life that glorifies Him and blesses many in this world because God cares.